Alright, so I'm starting today's project at the back of it. Before I get into any of the stuff that I usually do to a piece, I need to replace the back. Right, so I'm going to take that off. I got today's piece from Facebook Marketplace, and you can also see the bottom of it. I got a side table from Facebook Marketplace as well. They are not a set, but they are close enough that once I paint them and do the finish on it that I have in mind, I'm hoping that they'll pass as a set. I have some old backboard that I brought with me from New Jersey when I bought this to do, I don't know, a piece when we lived in New Jersey. So, removing the old, putting on the new, then we'll get stuck into fixing this up before we slap some paint on it. Alright, let's get into it. Is a problem. Okay, see how that's removed this under here, not this, this is just the backing of the drawer. This here, okay, is broken, the screws aren't secure anymore, and it's just moving, obviously. It's not secure. So I think what I'm going to do is remove parts of the base. I'm going to keep the trim because I want to keep the trim on the dresser as well, even though they're not the same, they're similar. Okay. I was ready to paint, so I had to go change my shoes. Don't play with my soul. 24 and 3/8. Okay, when my brother and I were younger, we used to give my dad a hard time. We used to tease him all the time about keeping everything. Dad, I'm so sorry. I see now why you keep every little piece of wood and screw and metal and everything. Anyway, the reason I say that is because I kept this piece of wood. It is a solid piece, right? And okay, hang on, sorry. So this is the original piece. It's MDF, right? This part here, not here. They have attached the trim to this, right? This is MDF. But then to make it solid, they put these blocks of wood, this wood here, and nailed it into the MDF. But the base got compromised, which then shifted everything. So, and then this is water damaged anyway, and I just not going to be reusing it. So, I have this old piece of solid wood. It is trimmed on this side in oak. Yay. So happy about that. I have shored up the frame that was here, put sides, glued and stapled them into the edges. I've already cut a front board, right, to go there, and now I'm going to cut two sides out of what's left, join them all together, reattach the trim to it, and probably put like a corner brace in the front corners, and then reuse these. These were on, I'm going to screw them back into, just to give it a nice square, firm, you know, base. So, very happy about that. I get to reuse something that I already have. I'm not now having to change out the whole thing. It wouldn't have worked anyway, because like I showed you before, how it looks weird when you take the trim off. This doesn't have a front piece. I guess I could try and find a front piece and then put my base on it, but after I found this, the easier thing to do is just to do the frame, put the trim back on, and keep it same, because then it matches that, and then I'm not having to build whole bases. I'm only having to fix this one. Alright, moving on. These are here more for something for this to sit on while it dries. I'm also going to be drilling that I had planned. I thought I was going to be painting, but instead I spent the whole day fixing that base. But I'm happy with it. I'm going to let all of that dry overnight and then come in and paint it tomorrow. I'm hungry. I'm going to have some lunch and answer some emails, do some inside work because I am very hot. Alright. Okay, today is finally painting day. Now, the paint that I have is a blend of my own, taken from the example of Black House Sheep, or Black Sheep House. So it is Valspar signature blend. It's called New Black, I believe, and it has chalk paint in it. It has chalk, the calcium carbonate, so chalk in it, mixed up with water, as well as a Varathane semi-gloss that I had left over. So I mixed all those up really, really well, and I also added a little bit of primer. Now I've mixed all that together, and I'm going to keep stirring as I'm painting to make sure nothing settles on the bottom. It's turned out to be not a true black, but rather more of a charcoal grey, and I really love it. It feels like chalk paint, but it's acting like latex paint. It is very smooth, no brush strokes. I'm doing really thin coats. I'm gonna need at least 2 coats of this black, and then I'm going to top coat paint the black. I've sanded the tops of the drawers and the sides of the drawers of the dresser. I like that look. I'm gonna keep it exposed. I may just put Howard feed and wax on it, or maybe even a hemp seed oil on it, just to protect it. I just want to keep it natural. I am in 2 minds about whether I'm going to lightly, super lightly distress this or not. I'm going to see what I feel like at 3 coats. Alright, it's looking really good, so I'm just gonna keep on doing this and let it dry, and you'll see me at 2nd coat. I have given it a sand, wiped it back with a not that, this thing, whatever it's called. And I am going to go in with a second coat, but I don't want to be too heavy on it, so I'm going to be really light, because I don't know if you can see, but you can see some of the original finish underneath, and I like that. It is the look that I was going for. I saw a dresser on Pottery Barn, I think it was Pottery Barn, one of those, and I liked it. I liked the way the black finish, I'm pretty sure it's Pottery Barn, I liked the way the black finish looked, where you could see the underneath. So, going to go back over that now, go over this now, so I don't need 3 coats. I'm only going to do 1.5-ish, and we'll see. If it's not, if I don't like it, then I'll just come back in with a proper 3rd coat and call it a day after a top coat. Alright, let's do that. So, I've dipped it in, but I've wiped it back. My brush is freezing cold because it's been in the fridge. I always wear a mask when I'm doing that because I don't want to breathe any of that stuff in. I'm going to end up doing probably 3 coats on the top of the dresser and the side table, and 2 coats on the side. I'm using Minwax today because it's what Lowe's had and I didn't realize I was out of my top coat, general finishes, so I just called into Lowe's and got that because I have to order general finishes from Amazon. Going to let that dry for 2 hours, come back in, do second coat, and I'll probably let that dry overnight and then come back in tomorrow morning, do 3rd coat on the tops. Let it dry and then that's it, so I can put them up. Alright, you'll see me in a minute when I'm looking less sweaty and and I don't know. Somebody, okay, you guys are the sweetest. Somebody told me once that I talk too much and you guys got really upset for me. Thank you so much. That was so lovely. I know for a few videos afterwards I was a bit gun shy about talking and you guys were like, talk, talk more. So I think I'm back to my normal self. This time I deleted the comment and blocked them because I figured, well, if they're going to be this cruel. They said, do I own a hairbrush? And I look very unkept, which, okay, sure. You try doing this in 42 degrees heat and looking $1 million. But everybody's got their own journey and I'm more the girl next door type of furniture flipper. So excuse my hottie mess. My hottie mess? Excuse my hot mess is what I'm trying to say. It's the Aussie in me. I don't think about how glamorous I'm looking. I'm just here to get the job done. So I'm not offended by that. What they said was offensive and unkind and very cruel. And I'm not excusing what they're saying at all. I think the world needs more kindness, and I certainly don't need to be reading those sorts of comments. So anyway, all that to say, I'll see you in a minute when I look a little less unkept. All right. These pieces, this set, I actually didn't sell it as a set. The lady that ended up buying just the dresser only needed a dresser, so I was happy to separate them. I'm not gonna, you know, whatever. Anyway, I was happy to sell just the dresser, which worked out in the end because my oldest son didn't have a side table and I ended up repainting it black, like a truer black, to match his furniture, and gave it to him. Those pulls are adjustable, you guys. I will link it below. It's an Amazon affiliate link. You know the drill. Get a teeny tiny percentage if you choose to click on that link. Anyway, I love them, the clean lines of it, and the fact that you didn't have to patch up and re-drill holes. Great, love it, love them. They were fabulous. Okay, comment below, let me know what you think. Lots of work went into this one as well, especially fixing that base of the side table, the nightstand, but it was worth it, and yeah, it was worth it. Next week's pieces, or no, not even next week, September, here we are again. This is the first video of September. I have 3 more videos lined up. So I am in love with the way this looks, right? The brown, creams, some yellow. I already have yellow and French linen up there. I sat here for days looking at the piece, looking at Pinterest, trying to get inspired. I'm gonna start with the thing that intimidates me the least, kind of, and that's putting down first layer. Gonna be blending 3 colors together, and then I'm gonna be doing on the bottom half, and then I'm gonna be doing something a little different on the top half. The whole thing's gonna be a little different, FYI. The Ugly Duckling Challenge, hosted by Corey over at Desert DIY. She does that a couple of times a year. I'm excited about that challenge. The piece that I did, I love it and kept it, so I cannot wait to share that with you. Hit that bell and subscribe button if you haven't already, and I hope I get to see you on those videos. Bye, you guys.